primary ignition.
Hey, this is Obi Tahi. I play Dr. Pershing, and you are watching the Virtual Cantina Network.
Hi, everyone. I'm back.
Good evening. Look at that stranger.
I know. We got the whole crew here. All right, Skip, you have to do our intro, and then we've got a lot to catch up on.
Ready,
Welcome,
go.
citizens of the Republic, to another episode of The Clone Wars Revisited by the Virtual Cantina. Tonight, we're going to be watching you're going to be watching along with us, Season 2, Episode 13, the second of 3 of the Mandalorian arc. And tonight, besides having Mark back, myself here, we have JB and Sarah coming in for the fun tonight.
Invading yet again.
Us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for co-hosting, guys, and filling in and guesting while I was away and helping with everything. I know you actually specifically requested this arc months ago, and the timing worked out perfectly. What drew
we'll have to get
guys...
back to you because we have some more for future too. So you'll have to book us in if you don't.
Oh yeah, no, this you know what's going to happen. They're never going to let you leave. What originally attracted you guys to this arc? Because it is a good one, but you messaged me and you were like, "We're coming on for these episodes."
Yeah. You threw it out there. You were like, "Is there anything you'd like to do?" And I was like, "Yes, 12 through 14. These ones right here." And it's just a one-word answer. It's Satine. I love this arc. The Clone Wars in our family started as kind of a JB and the boys sort of thing. He tried to sell me on it, and I was like, "Yeah, no." And he's like, "But it's clones and it's battles and droids," and I'm like, "Yeah, no." I tried to watch the first season, and it was a lot of Grievous and a lot of Dooku and I'm like, "Yeah, no." And so second season rolled around, they're like, "Come on, try again." And I was like, ugh. And I think I just happened to wander in when they were starting this first episode. I was like, "What is this? Who is this? What's going on? Where are we? What is going on? What is happening? Oh, who's that?" And it just sort of hit home really hard. And then I was like, "Okay, I'm in. I'll watch the next one. What happened?" And then we got to this episode and a couple of lines that happen later in this episode, and it blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. I was shocked. I was shook, and it's become
parade
one
of red flags for Anakin.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Music cues. That was the other big thing. Is that turned my blood cold, and I was like, whoa. So yeah, it became one of my favorite bits and pieces of earlies, and then the thread gets picked up later at the end, which broke my heart in a million pieces. So yeah, it was definitely. I was like, well, we have to be here because we enjoyed Rebels Revisited so much. We had to jump in on one of my favorite bits of Clone Wars. So.
Excellent. I'm so glad you guys are here. Ashley is off tonight. One, because we didn't have a fifth box, but two, she is diligently getting ready for Boston. Because just as a reminder for everyone, we are in a con crunch of sorts.
It's happening everywhere.
Yeah, we are all diligently preparing for Texas for the most part. Skip and I will both be in Texas starting Thursday, getting ready for
It's almost here. I can't believe it.
Can't believe it. We've been talking about it so much, and then it's like Boonta Eve is days away. We are days away.
Boonta Eve.
And then Ashley will be at Fan Expo Boston. So it's going to be crazy.
Terrificon and all kinds of other little smaller conventions happening where it's like it's time. Convention season is happening.
Yeah. It's gonna be
May the force be with you at Boonta Eve.
I love that.
Love it. Could listen to that over and over.
We
She
have so
brings out a
much
proper
isolated audio.
Mandalorian accent going on there. I do love it. She
Mhm.
brings out her upper crust aristocratic tone going on.
She was announced Anna Graves was announced for a panel on Saturday, along with Taylor Gray and Christopher Sean. It's an animation celebration,
Oh,
and
fun.
I'll be hosting that panel. So for anyone
I'm
who's
so
Hey.
excited for you. Ask all the best questions.
So for anyone who does have questions, shoot them into my DMs or message here or put them in the comments. I've started compiling lots of questions already, and I've already gotten some good feedback from people. So I'm excited to talk to them about, like, we have representation from all three of the big Star Wars animated series there. We've got Rebels, we've got Clone Wars, we've got Resistance. And so, that really one really missing is Bad Batch. And there will be other batchers throughout the convention. There's a Bad Batch panel. So
What about Young Jedi?
people guest in there. So
Mhm.
so there's definitely some overlapping guests. A couple business points real quick for tonight. You may notice that there is a wheel sitting where the timestamp usually lives.
Whatever could it be?
We have a very special drawing. So we finally hit our 99,000 members a few days ago. And so I can't believe it, 99,000. Like, I remember when I joined, it was like 30,000, less than that, 25,000.
Yeah.
We were hoping to get to 50 at some point, and now we are in triple digit territory.
Where were we before
this is-
Celebration?
That we joined right before Celebration 2019, and I want to say it was like 30 to 40, and I was floored. I kept telling them, I'm like, Jay, this is the group we got to join. Look at all these people, and it's like triple now.
Yeah, well,
Crazy.
Celebration London, I think we crossed past 50, and that tracks from what I'm remembering. But this year for Celebration, I remember us building the graphics because we burned through the 80s so fast, and we barely got to see Chopper. Remember, we were trying. You guys were there, Team America
we were
over here,
there.
trying to keep up with everything.
We were so excited. I was like, Chopper, and there he goes. There he
And
went.
it's gone into the ether. I should have known.
Fine.
That batch of graphics were all made to look completely uniform. All the droids, all of that. Chopper was up for a day. R2 was up for a day. It was like
Split
that
second.
fast.
Yeah. Blink, you miss it.
Yeah,
I was
do
busy
another.
reporting live from Japan.
Yeah, that's right.
That was so funny.
I remember that. That was amazing.
By the way, that was only 4 months ago, but it also feels like
a
1,000
lifetime.
years ago.
Oh my gosh. It doesn't even, I'm like, no, it can't have been that long already.
I think that was the first time, JB, we had you on any of our shows.
That was the first. That was my introduction to the madness.
Yeah. What are you thinking so far, 4 months later?
Can't keep me away. No,
Yeah.
this is fantastic. I love it.
I remember coming out of that panel not thinking anything about what was going on in the U.S. Just going, I wonder if Mark's up. Let me call him and tell him what I saw. He'll love this. And he's like, and he's talking to me just like, hey. He goes, by the way, we're live right now. And I'm like,
that was so
crap.
cool.
Whoopsies.
What it cemented for me too is the fact that, we've got Boone Eve, we've got Boston, we have these other cons, but you can enjoy the cons thanks to technology, thanks to groups like this, thanks to Facebook. I can't wait to hear your stories, Mark, from San Diego. But you can celebrate it from afar and still be part of the community. And this celebration really kind of cemented that here
because of VCN, I really think.
100%.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. I'm so glad you said it that way because I know there's a lot of people who have FOMO of various flavors.
Yeah.
And in some cases, just an inability to attend all of these conventions, whether it's physical or financial or time-wise. I know some people were like, I just can't take that much time off from work.
Yeah.
Lots of other people couldn't afford to make the trip. Japan is not cheap, right? The convention's not cheap. And then if you could only do 1 or 2 things a year, are we carving out 4 days to fly to Japan specifically for this? So if anyone wasn't able to do it, I felt really happy that we were able to build our little American team, which is why it makes me crack up that Skip, when you're like, I wonder if Mark's awake. We planned for weeks about our programming as to we were going to be alive when you guys were there.
Somebody was going to be awake.
We were figuring it out.
Definitely awake.
Nobody said anything to me. I didn't even think about it. I was just like, hey, let me call Marcus.
We had plans on plans on plans. This had been in the works for I can't even tell you how long to figure out like what we were going to do, how we were going to do it. There was like a Dropbox to get images from Jeff and Dave and Spencer and Kathy. I'm on Twitter, which I never use anymore, but I was like, I need stuff as it happens. Pull it from the Twitter. I had to like open Twitter, which killed me a little. But
Ew, like sticky
yeah.
feelings. Like,
And
ugh.
then I had phone calls from Skip and from Jeff. We had the live stream from StarWars.com open. Like it was really a team effort,
so
and
much
we
fun.
made it. It felt like breaking news, right? Like we were in
Yeah.
journalism.
That was really cool. Yeah. Oh, that'd be great.
I said for this time around though, so with Texas coming up in just mere days, I had this moment, and I'm glad that cooler heads prevailed, where I was like, I wonder if we could do the same thing with people back home who aren't in Texas. And then I looked at who's going to Texas, and it's Jeff and Dave, Spencer, me, Skip. Ashley's got a different
Ashley's
commitment.
gone. Yeah.
Kathy, all the mods, Bryce. The only people I think who even have producer credit, John. The only people I think who have producer credits who aren't going to be there is Mike Delicard. And I think like literally everyone else is from the network is going to be there. I was like, we can't be setting people up on a Thursday, Friday, whatever, for wall-to-wall coverage of Rebel ScumCon with
Mike would never sleep.
Yeah, it would be
He'd be awake for 5
I
days.
think,
Yeah,
and that would
no,
be
no
it.
way.
And I was like, that's too much. So, but I think in the future, as big events like this happen, like there will be, we know we can do it. We can do the coverage. Certainly, we'll do it again in 2027. With even though it's America based, there will be a team, I'm sure, of people who will not be physically there in LA who can report back on everything, and we'll report from the floor too. We got new microphones actually for this event coming up.
Cool.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
we've got Skip is part of the interview crew. So Skip, it's you and Dave, and then Jeff and I. Those are the two teams, and we'll be interviewing all 35 members of the group that's attending Rebel ScumCon, all the actors, and then the 12 actors that are coming to Boonta Eve. So we have about 50 actors divided by 2. We each need to do 25 interviews over the course of the 3 days. Quick, like 5-minute interview kind of things, but still, we have new mics, new video cameras, all that stuff.
All right. Well, somebody order Mark dips.
Yeah.
And have him like on an essential location thing, because that was the only way the man survived the virtual Cantina family vacation last year. Was if he had dips for him to like come in and
Someone bring me snacks. Yeah, that'll be the plan. But yeah, we're organizing all of that. But the wheel. So the wheel 99,000. I realized we didn't actually say what we're doing. We're pulling a winner. So tonight we are announcing the winner of the prize for the 99,000. Who wants to announce what the prize is?
Go ahead, JB.
What? Oh,
Go
you
ahead.
get a signed photo of Hayden Christian, thanks to Twin City Comics. And that is, wow, talk about FOMO. But yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, this is very cool. Signed 8x10, the chosen one himself. We'll be doing that actually in about 5 to 10 minutes already. Because
so in order to be eligible, you had to find the post on our Facebook group, comment, follow the YouTube channel, and post a screenshot on the particular post that announced that we got to 99,000. So there's another big prize coming up for 100,000. So here's some good motivation to tap in on your phone or your iPad or your computer every once in a while. Keep your eyes out, pay attention, because that's how you get your name on the Wheel of Magic.
It's like going through your own Jedi trials.
And this one's real easy. Dave's going to hit the wheel. Dave's producing for at least the first half of the episode. Then we're going to surrender. He can surrender. And then he will spin the wheel. So if you don't win, remember to blame Dave, not me. And then we'll be off to the 100,000 after this.
Tell all your friends, get them to join. I remember I was in Chicago at Fan Expo when I went to see Mark Hamill. And in fact, I was in line for Mark Hamill, and I was showing people the Facebook page and letting them scan the QR code and literally joining as we were sitting around talking. Oh, yeah. Oh, tell me about your shirt. Because I had at that point in time, I think I had the Ski Pruckle shirt on. And so I'm telling them about my shirt, and everybody's, oh, that's such a great story. And I said, oh, yeah, well, here, join this group. And so everybody's scanning it and joining up as we were doing the con. So that was fun stuff.
That is good. Yep.
So we're definitely going to be on a recruitment kick this weekend. I've been seeing on the social media just people who are attending the show, people that I know through degrees of separation or have only ever met on YouTube. Like Sarah and JB, I met for the first time in real life at Rhode Island Comic Con. Oh, Sarah met on the family vacation, and then I met Sarah at JB at Rhode Island Comic Con. So yeah, it'll be really fun to meet people for the first time. And actually, Sherry is bringing up a good point right here. I'm going to put up her phone. We have a table at Rebels Comic Con.
Oh,
There we
fantastic.
go.
New people coming in. So this 100,000 prize may be coming sooner than we think.
Soon. Yeah.
And if you find me, I have little cards to give out. Daughters of the Galaxy cards.
Yay!
So the QR to join.
Love it.
And we got to print.
I need one of those signed.
Yeah, we definitely got to. We have to do signed ones next time. And then I also have Clone Wars cards. Yay! And
Excellent.
I think I still have Rebels ones. I know I was giving out Rebels cards and Clone Wars and Daughters cards at San Diego Comic Con.
Nice.
And we definitely got some people coming to the meetup, which was really fun, who were new. And it was just like a great vibe out in San Diego. We were in the Lucasfilm Pavilion, which was like the perfect stop for us to be in. You know, that was fun. We were
amazing.
2 doors down from Roosevelt, the t-shirt company, right around the corner from Her Universe, across from Hallmark, right next to All Posters. So it was a great location.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow.
Yeah, it was really cool. And my company was there with like 5 other booths. There was a NECA booth and an ESCO booth, a Kid Robot booth, and then 2 booths for Diamond Comics. So which is now a little bit different with the reorg and everything happening. And then my booth in the Lucasfilm Pavilion. So 6 booths across the companies, which in some ways was great because we were able to do a lot of like corporate meetings too at the NECA booth and meet all of our licensing partners. So that was fun. But yeah, being in the Star Wars, like the thick of it, right? And when it was a celebration of animation of all the things, like that was amazing. Christopher Sean actually came over and was like walking around, and there was like a model of Kaz in like a 3D sculpted model that they use for the animation reference in glass cases. So like all the physical things that they used to bring the animation to life was there. There were like actual lightsabers. There were live action props from Ahsoka, because obviously Ahsoka was a cartoon character first. It was really neat. It was well done.
That's fantastic. That sounds wonderful. Sounded like it was a really, really busy weekend, though.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. And we had our meetup on Saturday, like we always do. Like 30-something people came, and in waves, too. Like, because there was also Mosh Isley, which I didn't go to because I went to an independent wrestling event because Danhausen was wrestling against Brandon Davis. And NECA has a relationship with Danhausen, so I've met him before. He actually wore a Superman costume in the ring, which was very fun. And I know Brandon Davis a little bit. So I was like, well, I got to go see Brandon wrestle. And he's like, and he's tagging with Danhausen. So it was very silly, very fun. But yeah, so I missed Mosh Isley. But next time, we've got to go to Mosh, because apparently that was where like all the Star Wars action was. And we've got to get a Mosh going at an event soon. I think the next one's at Dragon Con in when is that, like Labor Day weekend in Atlanta? Yeah, that's an intense show.
I can't even imagine.
I've heard such good things about it, but I haven't had a chance to go yet. It's only like 4 hours down the road from me. We can drive.
Dragon Con?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Oh, yeah. It's just down the street.
Yeah, that's a quick little drive, 4 hours.
A little bit of a drive. It's a half-hour flight.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like, yeah.
When I fly out of Asheville, the first thing they do is we fly to Atlanta, then I get on another plane and go to wherever I'm going.
Right, it's the Delta hub. That makes sense. We fly to Atlanta every now and then because that's where my in-laws are, but I haven't been in at least a year at this point. But I've been saying for a while we need to go to Dragon Con, so it's on the list. But as always, too many things, right? We've got a million items on the agenda, more to be announced, and obviously Rhode Island Comic Con is the next big VCN event after this one. But again, we are just days away from Texas. Is anyone in the chat going to Texas? If so, tell us, and also tell us if you're doing any cosplay. Rebels Comic Con just put up their template today of like show your cosplay for the days. So I'm starting to see some people put that up, which is cool.
Yeah, they've got a lot of panels and stuff about cosplays at Rebel Scum. That looks really interesting.
And it's a nice range of panels too. Like individual content creators are hosting stuff. Dave is also hosting a panel. He's doing Dave O'Neill is doing the Mandalorian panel. So
oh boy,
that's a great one. I'm doing the animation panel, as I mentioned. There's there's very good thematics for each panel and really interesting topics outside of just meeting the autographing guests as well.
Yeah, I really liked the listings that I saw that they were, naming the titles and the different ideas. I was like, oh, that sounds really interesting. So
yeah, there's some good stuff for sure. And of course, we keep going on and on about Texas, but just a reminder for anyone who might forget, August 8th through the 10th. So this upcoming Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Boonta Eve is on Friday night. It's at the Revel Patio Grill. VIP is already sold out, but plenty of, I shouldn't say plenty, less than 100, I think.
yeah, down to less than 100.
Yeah, we're in the zone of general admission tickets for the event is available. And of course, you can see all of our autograph signers that we have coming to the event, which is very exciting. And as always, VIP Home Theater is our core sponsor here. They're the ones who are helping us put on the show, along with all of our other sponsors listed here. I was actually rewatching last week's show and watching everyone read through the names. And I was cracking up because, some of the fonts are like a little bit on the smaller side.
I've been to the eye doctor. I'm waiting on my glasses. This was just like really poor timing. I'm not ready yet.
Okay. No, I'm the same way where I'm like, how close can I get behind when the big graphic is up? I'm sitting this close, being like, Andy's boat repair. I know Andy. I know his company, but I'm still reading it like that, right?
That's the only one I could read. Other ones, I'm like, I don't know yet.
I was clueless. Let's put it that way. I was like, somebody help me. If I just be quiet, somebody will fill in the noise.
Someone will say it. Ashley was struggle busing through it, and I was cracking up. I was like, I've been there, but you have to have your big screen maximized. Okay, let's do. Who's ready to do the wheel?
Let's do it.
I'm ready. I want to see it.
Come on,
I love it. Here we
Dave.
go. Here we go.
The Wheel of Fortune.
I know. I feel like we need music. I feel like I should get the
No whammies. No whammies.
Yeah, some type of magical music.
You'd like
So,
that.
all right, Dave O'Neill. As a reminder, you had to like the post that announced the contest and
comment
then
on it,
and then
follow
us
YouTube.
on YouTube, and then
post a screenshot. I think. Yeah.
Correct.
So it was like multiple steps here. So these people are dedicated. They are in it to win it.
They worked for this Hayden Christensen autographed 8x10 photo. All those names who achieved all three of those tasks have been put into a randomizer wheel, and Dave is going to hit the button and we'll announce who it is. So, Dave, let's do it in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck. We need the little ticker noise of the wheels spinning around.
The only music I could think of would be copyrighted in, prison.
We get in all kinds of trouble.
Price is Right or Wheel of Fortune or something. I see this. I definitely can't read.
It's Chris
Holland.
Chris!
Hey!
Yay!
Congratulations, Chris. Chris is not in the comments tonight, right?
No.
I don't think so. Not yet.
Okay.
Hopefully.
I'm going to put congratulations, Chris, in the chat.
That's awesome.
You're the winner. You're the winner.
Saw a lot of names popping up there. I'd have been excited to see win. That was good.
So, Chris, we will reach out to you. And
Absolutely. Congratulations.
Make sure you respond and give us your address. And Hayden Christensen will find his way to you. Oh, she's on the vacation chat. Yep. All right. We will find her there. The vacation chat is a chat. Let me tell you that there's activity all day, every day.
A whole pile of things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gonna be so excited.
That's awesome.
Yay.
Dave, thank you for all the help. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Wheelmaster.
Our Vanna
Absolutely.
White. I guess
you guys have a good show.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks so much.
We are going to announce now the next prize. There will be a post and everything coming, but just to tease everyone, since we had Hayden, an autograph photo, which is very exciting, and congratulations to Chris. That was our 99,000 giveaway. Once we hit 100,000, we have a special prize from Genuine Novo. So for anyone who's a fan of Grogu, we have a resin statue. He's about 1.5 feet tall. He's very cute. And this is coming straight from Genuine Novo. My little side project, just the thing that keeps the lights on for me.
with the little medallion. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just don't even try. I'm winning this one.
I say Sarah's gonna knock over
Fine.
all the
Yep.
everyone out of the
Yep.
way.
Elbows up. It's coming. Here I come. Look out.
Sarah's gonna sabotage some wheels. It's gonna
She's
be.
gonna figure it out.
It's
I'm
gonna be
all
like the
Why are
Monopoly
all the
promotion at
names Sarah
McDonald's.
on this wheel?
all variations of. I'm gonna make a whole bunch of fake accounts. That's how we're gonna get to 100,000. Is I'm just gonna be in there like crazy, and I'm gonna be voting on everyone. It'll be me. That's right. No, Brian, it's not yours. No, it's mine. No.
It's
Who's this
amazing the
Mara
respect that
Marnes?
little green guy has on people.
I love it.
Shmira,
It is.
Barnes. Yeah, that's right. All the names.
Little
Sherry.
did we know that we needed that little green guy
Oh,
when he
I know.
first came to us in episode 1.
And how they sat on that.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
I was
No.
a licensee, and I didn't know anything. Like
Nothing. Nothing.
oh
like
man,
Bryce Dallas Howard is out there like schooling her 5-year-olds that are going to kindergarten. Like, we don't talk about the baby.
Mhm.
Oh my god, they're gonna be like 25 going like to their therapist like, don't talk about the baby.
Don't talk about the baby.
Like, they're really
Don't talk about
traumatized
the
because they
baby.
had to keep the Grogu secret. My goodness.
The interesting thing about Mandalorian is when they first pitched it as a series, I was like, oh, this is going to be for hardcore Star Wars fans
Yeah.
only. And then it turned
wouldn't
out
go
to
to
be
the
the thing
panel.
that brought in like people who weren't Star Wars fans, like fully the opposite.
I wouldn't go to the panel
I
in
remember
2019 at Celebration. Jay was like, I want to go to this. I'm like, I don't care, because
She
I
did.
thought it was going to be like Boba Fett crap, right? Like,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
I'm like, whatever. Like, if my dad had still been around, I might have really gotten into it, because that was always his favorite part of Star Wars was, the Ronin and the lones, Western kind of thing. Like, that was totally his shtick. And I might have been interested. But yeah, we were in a time and a place, and JB talked me into it. And we had some people over to our house. He was in a school that only lasted for a year. We were living down in Alabama at the time. We hadn't been there very long, and we invited people over, and we watched that episode, and it just absolutely blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. I'm like, this was not where I thought they were going with this. Like, just wow.
Yeah. Grogu became the greatest MacGuffin in like all of storytelling.
Well, he got a movie named after him.
Yeah.
A really badly titled movie named after him. So
Redefined
here we are,
merchandise for Disney.
6 years later. 6 years later. Yep.
Oh man.
Here we are.
All right.
Isn't that
I'm looking at
long?
the time. Yeah, no,
Mhm.
2019 skip. Isn't that crazy? Time makes no sense post pandemic.
Right.
Yeah, that's well. I think I joined about that time that Sarah and JB did. Because I was like, okay, I'm getting tickets for 2020. In fact, I think I'd gotten tickets for 2020, so I did have 20. I had was it last week? Did I wear the Celebration 2020 shirt when we were on the show?
Yeah, you did.
Shirt that shouldn't have existed,
Yeah, for the celebration that never was.
Yeah.
Yep. I was planning the autograph hall for that celebration. I had signed contracts from more than one person. Yeah, because I went to the site visit. We did a site visit in February of 2020, being like, "This will blow over." I flew out to California. We were at the Anaheim Convention Center, and they had just added that whole wing, that whole extra building. And by the way, in the time period between 2020 and 2022, they added even more real estate. But we were back of house, as they call it, and like doing all the behind the scenes of where people could walk and this and that. And while we were there, I remember this vividly. It was an aviation convention, and this was right after Kobe's helicopter had gone down, and the whole thing was it was mostly helicopters and small scale planes. We were there that weekend. It was that weird. So, and I remember thinking, I was like, oh, there's an ominous feel to all of this. And then not a week later, they were like, yeah,
they shut everything down. Everything down. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what a mess. I'm looking at the time, and I think it's time for Skip's favorite part of the show. You're so good at this. You're going to give us the plot summary for tonight's episode. Season 2, episode 13, Voyage of Temptation.
Voyage of Temptation. While in transit to Coruscant, assassin droids infiltrate the Jedi ship. While defending Satine, Obi-Wan realizes he still has strong feelings for her.
So fear not for the future, weep not for the past. I guess that sort of connects, right? Yeah. Although you watch this, and I'm real scared for the future because, oh damn, the Anakin of it all.
You know,
Yeah.
that's kind of true, you know, but yeah.
All right, so let's break out our Disney Plus machines.
Disney Plus
Yes.
machines ready. At the ready.
Yeah, and everyone cue up Clone Wars Season 2, Episode 13.
There we go.
I'm going to hit that countdown.
The
And 3,
second
2,
story of the arc.
1.
There you go. As the
There
boys
we go.
always said, it's not Clone Wars until Tom Kane speaks.
So true.
This is one of those episodes that I've watched on repeat. So, and of course, we've just had Anna Graves on the show not a month ago or whatever it was. And we're going to see her again in Texas. I would say this is one of those breakout episodes where it's like, oh, this character has layers to her. Like a pacifist who knows how to use a blaster that well has definitely been through some stuff.
Yeah, the first episode was sort of confusing. You were like, I don't understand what's happening here. And in this one, we finally get into some of the details and the nitty gritty in the background. And that's always the stuff I like the best. And Jay asked a really interesting comment earlier today when we were talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, my question as we started, because we're going to get a little bit more of the backstory, right? Or, some hints between the relationship of Obi-Wan and Satine prior. What out there that's canon do we have that fills in? Do we have anything? Or is it in the Legends world? I've been kind of wondering if someone has been brave enough to try to fill in some of those details. I know there's lots of speculation out there, particularly on this panel, but
Yes. I love a conspiracy theory. There's definitely some time period where Obi-Wan is still a Padawan under Qui-Gon, where they go to Mandalore, but I don't think that full story has been told.
They spent a year. They spent a year on Mandalore. I mean, that could be a whole other series of TV shows for a year on Mandalore.
Was that not portrayed in the Young Jedi books that were out? Was it? There were the books where Anakin was a young boy, but there was also the books where Obi-Wan was a young boy.
I did a deep dive on Wikipedia, and I looked at all of the references to Satine, and they didn't list those books in particular. So I don't know if it was. I haven't read those myself, but I looked at every single reference of it, and there was only one book referred to, and it was like Stories of Light and Dark or something that came out in 2020 that was about the Clone Wars. That was the only other reference to Satine in a book that I saw.
Anna drops into this character so quickly.
Sherry, I agree with you. We need a book. So if Claudia Gray, if you're out there, that's a great story for you. I mean, she did.
I think we need a trilogy. I don't think a book is enough. I really don't. I don't think it's a year, man. Think about how much you'd have to gloss over in one book, And they mentioned that they went to other planets, so it wasn't just like they were hiding on a Mandalore. They were running around the galaxy, avoiding bounty hunters for a year.
I love the little back and forth between Obi-Wan and Anakin in the elevator.
Oh, that was really good, wasn't it? Like the side eye and the
sense, it was like, aha.
Yeah.
You don't see Anakin go, finally, I've got Obi-Wan.
Yeah. To me, it's a nod back to Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, when they're in the elevator.
Fell in the nest of Gundarks. And yeah, that was a really nice throwback on that one.
Yeah, we're definitely getting some deep entanglement. Obi-Wan is not being 100% forthcoming because he made some, we'll say, mistakes, and Anakin is actively engaging in those same mistakes now, and so he can't be hypocritical. So I think he was thinking, oh, he'll never find out. And then here it is, the face of your disgrace sitting right there. It's a mess.
Yeah.
She's a very good politician, similar to Padme and similar to Mon Mothma. They're both very good at using their stations to, for the greater good, but also to achieve their goals. I think we
Yeah.
deal with a lot of bounty hunters who like to pew pew and things like that, and they are very good at maneuvering the politics of everything.
Well, and this is even bigger. I mean, being a senator is a big deal, but she's the representative of 1,500 worlds. A
Mhm.
senator generally only represents one, maybe a
Yeah.
couple, but 1,500 planets. I mean, this isn't just Mandalore. Like, this is a big freaking deal. You
And she's got
know,
a whole
it's like
system.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, and we get it. I mean, this series, this arc teases it out, but for the most part, we know of the Republican, the Separatists are sort of the
Mhm.
political maps. But the fact you have that many that want to be neutral and
Yeah.
that tension, that
They want nothing to
rising,
do with anything.
I think that says a lot.
Delusion of a
It's an
dreamer.
area that actually is not explored. Yeah.
This is my favorite line right here. Well, not my
I
favorite,
love
not my
this
favorite. This is one of the best parts. Yeah. It's time for dinner.
eyebrow.
A little rest and refreshment. I'm gonna say that to Jason the next time we're on the
Fine.
cusp of a fight. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let us
done
put
that
politics aside until after dinner.
Fine. Kind of moonlighting. Yeah. Oh, and that side eye Anakin throws at him like,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
But you're right. He's trying to demonstrate to Anakin he's trying to be the good teacher. I think he's got feelings from the past that are bubbling up. But I think she challenges him, and rightfully so, of his role right now in the Clone Wars. This idea of being a general versus being a Jedi Knight. Out of all of the Jedi, I think Obi-Wan's the most torn between this, most uncomfortable with this role.
Yeah. And it's something that Palpatine has not let the leaders of the Jedi Order think about. Like, he
No.
just keeps throwing one catastrophe after other. He keeps separating them away from each other so they can't get together and they can't talk about their uncomfortableness and they can't be honest because it's just crisis after crisis after crisis that he manufactures. So they never get an opportunity. Oh, this whole thing here. Yeah. A whole year.
Sounds romantic.
That look. He's like, oh, please. So Dave Filoni has talked about that he literally wanted to make the coronet like the Titanic, where you have all of these scary, creepy, horrible droid things going on in the third class down in the hold, and then you literally have people like up here having cocktails and dinner. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I like the vertical ship because it definitely gives you the layers. We see that again in Solo on the yacht.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, you're
with
right.
Dryden Voss, which is very cool.
Yep.
JB, I love what you were saying about the way that Obi-Wan feels about this, because I feel like Qui-Gon would have been leading the resistance
100%.
within the Jedi Order had he lived through the Phantom Menace, and killing Qui-Gon.
Oh, I love this line. A
was
Jedi
like-
must not form attachments. He often leaves out the undercurrent of remorse. I thought that was a hell of a line.
Yeah. That's definitely oof. That's heavy. And look, I
It
know all
is.
of this is production order after the fact.
Yeah.
But like, if this really is, if this is ingrained into the character of Obi-Wan Kenobi, this man has lost everyone and everything. He is the most just tortured. Like, he's the tortured poets department.
He
It
is.
is him. This poor man has been beat to
But
death.
he never got ugly. He never got dark. He never lashed out. He never burned the whole galaxy to the ground.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
He has more emotional maturity than Anakin, for sure. You have to wonder too, as Palpatine was investigating all of his potential Padawans, did he come
Tools.
across Obi-Wan and was like, he's not going to work, he's too good, like he's too close to the light and would not do the wrong thing, whereas Anakin got him, like, because he got Dooku, he knew he could manipulate Dooku in a specific way. Obi-Wan wasn't going to make it.
That's an interesting question, and that would be a good story to flesh out, because we've seen Obi-Wan, I mean, especially right after against Maul, right after Qui-Gon's death, the anger that he has and how he can channel that into his fighting. And so, yeah.
But then it cost him the fight, and it almost cost him his life. And hanging there on the pit of that reactor core was when he looked at his master and was like, I'm not doing this right. I need to go about this another way. I need to go back to what I was taught. And that's what gave him the ability to defeat Darth Maul. And if anything, I love what you said there, Mark. I think that's really interesting. I wonder if Palpatine actually specifically set Maul against Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan specifically because he knew he couldn't break the two of them. He was never going to get through. And so somebody, at least one, if not both, had to go, right? Because I think you're right. I think if Qui-Gon had lived, that would have made a big
Yeah, I agree.
difference. And I think that was probably Palpatine's biggest mistake, was that he never got Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm. Because Anakin, in order to separate Anakin, we kill the mom, we make Padme suspicious of him, or he's suspicious of Padme.
We kill his father
And
figure,
kill-
right?
yeah,
Make sure Qui-Gon's
right.
gone.
Just we get rid of but Obi-Wan is still there and Padme is still there, and Obi-Wan is the one who is hanging on the longest because Padme is unconscious. That's not her fault, but he can go toe to toe with him and like fight till the bitter end, right? And then he leaves him for dead, but like he kind of never really gave up on him. He just sort of had to relent to be like, okay, this is a physical fight and I'm gonna win it. But like that was the plan, is like isolate Anakin, and Obi-Wan seemed to be the linchpin there because we got rid of Ahsoka a season beforehand.
Yep.
Through Barriss, which again you find the Limpy Gazelle and you pull your way in. Yeah. By the way, I want more Barriss too. I know we already got her in like Tales of the Empire.
God, why is it always spiders? Why is it always spiders?
Little spiders now.
Stop. I mean, just gross. Like, come on. I would be more interested if someone in Star Wars could make something creepy that wasn't a freaking spider. I get it. We all hate spiders. Okay.
It's the quantity of legs.
Close to home, Sarah.
Please, I hate spiders.
I would have never guessed.
So does everybody
Spiders
else.
don't bother me so much.
Putting them out there.
If it was a bee or something, I'd be in a different
Bees
zip
are
code.
adorable, and they are the guardians of all things beautiful in this world. Spiders are evil. Creepy.
Yeah, spiders eat bugs. They're good. They're good. This is one of my favorite though. The back to back. So I met some amazing cosplayers at Cantina. Did you see me? Did you see
I saw
my
your
Instagram?
photo. I saw your photo. It was so.
Oh my god, the nicest people too. Can't remember their names because that's how I am. I met 1,000 people. They were so nice. I added them on Instagram and I gave them. They came to the meetup and they joined the group, which is excellent. Their Satine and Obi-Wan, his beard was foam. So it was like the 2D animated look of everything. It was so cool.
Jaboon.
Really
there we
cool.
go. It was on Jaboon. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
You dropped me.
Yeah, that was funny.
So good. You fell and dropped me. Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah, but that was the point when it turned, when the two of them were going back to back, and I was like, wait, what? You spent wait, what? I was like, then why are you so angry with each other? And I think, at least to me, as this episode progressed, it showed what Palpatine / the Separatists / the dark side had done to people who were on the same side, who shared common values, and who actually loved each other so much they gave the other person up to keep them happy, to let them follow their path because they supported them so much. And yet somehow, what are we, a year into the Clone Wars now? Half a year into the Clone Wars? They literally, the next time, they are so against each other. They can't even have a civil conversation. And I'm just like, dang, man.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. The shroud of the dark side has fallen. No one's making logical, rational decisions anymore. Everyone's judgment is clouded. Even Yoda can't see through it.
Yeah, all the emotion. But somehow Obi-Wan and Satine find their way through and start having conversations again.
And she did so well in this that, of course, we bring her back so Maul comes back in season 5. And that's when we see Satine come back as well, because we get Death Watch again, this time with Maul at the helm. Actually, one of my questions for Sam Wit were, I want to talk about the eras of Darth Maul, because he's, the not the Padawan.
He's been through a lot, yeah.
Yeah, the apprentice of Palpatine, back in the Clone Wars with some robot legs, with Savage Opress. Ruler of Mandalore, leader of Death Watch.
Well, first we kind of had to have
Ezra.
the feral Maul, right? Like the one that Sauvage was searching for, like sort of out in the woods and like not really all together there. So we had the feral Maul,
crazy Maul,
and we had the bring him back. Then we had the, like you said, the Death Watch.
You got a lot of them
trying to take over, and then he was back in feral mode again.
He's changeable, right? He's a survivor. I mean, if you
really
nothing else, he is a survivor.
They did put up one picture of the upcoming Maul Shadow Lord TV show that's coming next year, as like the end of the animation, like the big display at San Diego Comic-Con. That was the one thing it was one picture, but still very exciting.
Oh, here we go. I always knew he was a fink.
Poor
Gross.
droid.
Oh, I know, right? So wrong. Thank you.
Oh, here we go. No one was paying attention to Satine when.
Yep.
Come on now. Meanwhile, one of the things I love about this episode, as you were saying, Sarah, about it looking like the Titanic, there's an old timey wheel, like it's a pirate ship.
Yeah,
They
like the
spin
actual
wheel.
steering wheel.
Yeah, it's like, what in the earth nonsense is that? Like, there's no reason there should be a wheel on this ship.
No, well, there
You're not
was
going
a
just left
skeleton
or
crew.
right.
There was a skeleton crew, so
Yeah.
there was precedent for it. Precedent for skeleton crew, not this. I don't know where this came from. This was
Yeah. And we haven't met Hondo yet, because that's coming soon.
Yeah, it's coming up.
no,
Yep.
he's next.
Yep.
Yeah, next few episodes.
Couple
yeah.
episodes.
Bounty hunters. We go from Mandalore to the bounty hunters. This is like a killer back half to the season.
Oh, it's such a great season 2 is just the
Meh.
episodes. You get a lot.
Better than season 1.
Well, season
Yes.
1, you get a little bit. You get like a beat per episode, right? And you get kind of one thing that's like, oh, okay, that's interesting. An episode like this, there's 3, 4, 5 different things that you can kind of walk away from. Like, what's
And it
going
just
on?
gets better in 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Obviously the animation is getting better because the technology is getting better and all that. So that's improves as as seasons go on. But
I really felt for Satine in this bit. It doesn't matter how many people follow her. It doesn't matter how devoted she is in her beliefs. All it takes is one, excuse my language, asshole to walk in the room and murder people, and there's not a bloody thing she can do about it. Like I think this is where she starts to turn. Like she's been so resistant and so antagonistic towards the Jedi and the Republic and being a general and a whatever. And now she's like, okay, maybe I get it. Like, it doesn't matter how pacifist I am. I can't stop someone from doing this horrible thing right in front of me.
Yeah.
So the back of Pre Vizsla's cape they hadn't actually finished his character yet when they filmed this. So it's basically a Clone War, and then he's got the mythosaur on his cape.
He's got a cape
to cover up the Clone War armor with a mythosaur on it, the skull, versus the Death Watch, which you'll have later. So
that's fantastic. Yeah, the Satine philosophy on pacifism is very similar to Mon Mothma and her philosophy on pacifism. The problem is that they both live in these worlds where we're in a prisoner's dilemma at all times, and you have to assume that the other side is going to do the worst thing regardless of what you do. And so then how do you behave in that situation? Do you also do the wrong thing to defend against yourself, or do you try to have your moral convictions and do what would be the right thing? I would immediately fall and do the wrong thing. Like I'm watching this scene play out, and we know how it plays out because we've all seen this episode numerous times, and Anakin does something that is like draws like and I'm like, yes, I agree, Anakin was correct.
I had forgotten about this the ending. I was actually like, I don't remember how he got it, and he did it, and it was like, oh, and then the music went, and I'm like, oh!
Yeah. I think it's one of Anakin's defining moments, and I also think it is correct. And I think that's the problem, is that like he keeps getting put into these situations where like the only way out is to kill that guy, and he has to do it.
See, but what I don't understand is why didn't Obi-Wan just go yoink and just grab the button thingy from him?
Yeah.
I feel like they write these stories, and I feel like there's answers out of it, but that's not the answer they wanted to get to. So,
I'm
still
not
with
the woman you're
Obi-Wan
looking for. just mind wipe him real quick.
This is so sad. Oh God.
There's also got to be a way to like Jedi mind trick someone to like true stupidity, where if you just keep doing it and you can like mush their brain, like the dark side has figured that shit out. Because I would be all over that. Like I love in Young Justice when Ms. Martian like interrogates someone who is being uncooperative, and so instead she's like, all right, if you don't want to cooperate, and then she just like does this, and then all of a sudden you're like catatonic. Like that's
that's the line. Had you said the word, I would have left the Jedi Order. Like I was poleaxed when he said that. And I love that so much of what has happened in the High Republic stories launches right off of that. There were Jedi leaving the Order left and right for decades, for centuries. Like it was a thing. It happened. And I love that it all sort of seem to stem from this episode of Clone Wars, because prior to now, no one had ever talked about leaving the Jedi Order. And actually, was it episode 2? Was it the end of the movie where he's shouting about "You will be expelled from the Jedi"? No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. They'd give him a choice. You either let her go and stay, or you marry her and leave. Like, that's not being expelled. They weren't going to kick you out. They were going to make you make a choice, you know?
Mhm.
And to me, up until the end, that was always Anakin's problem, is that he never made a choice. He wanted to have...
He made a choice here.
Yeah, he did. Cue the music.
Yeah.
Oh,
what's interesting about it is Merrick is trying to offer Obi-Wan and Satine an impossible choice, and Anakin is like, "Fuck that! I will make the choice." Like, problem solved, ladies. We're good to go. And Obi-Wan's like, "Anakin," and it's like, "Thanks, that was a good move."
What?
Yeah.
It's gonna blow up the ship, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That ending's great.
Oh, one of my favorites. What an excellent episode. Merrick is just like throwing all the philosophy back at them when he actually says the word hypocrite. So and pits Obi-Wan and Satine right against each other in that moment. What will you do? And it's like, you didn't see Anakin coming. He's got there's your dark horse.
Boom.
And now back to Coruscant. Everything's great. We did it, Chancellor. Yay, we saved the day. I didn't definitely become one step closer to the dark side over here.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, is Obi-Wan walks off the ship here, and I was just like, you screwed up, Paps. Like, you should have taken care of that. I'm like, he will undo you. He is your undoing. Everything you have worked for. He's the one who wins in the end.
And we got all these senators. And then, honestly, like, even coming out of this episode, seeing Satine, thinking maybe she would be like a minor character that recurs, I was like, she is by far one of the most interesting characters they developed as a new character in the Clone Wars.
Yes,
like,
agreed.
So much more with her.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to agree with her. Don't like the beard. Nope.
That's a great line too.
Yep.
Little flirt there.
Yeah.
So it's her sign that she knows the true Obi-Wan like nobody else does.
And going back to what you were saying, Sarah, about how, like, in the High Republic, there were plenty of relationships and very short-term relationships too. Apparently, it's referred to as the Horny Republic by many people, based on what's happening in these books and comics.
Probably.
So.
But I mean, it was. I mean, there were plenty of people who left the Order. I mean, they were Wayfinders. It was a whole separate class of Jedi that existed outside the Order, and it wasn't until the Nihil came along and started exerting this external pressure that things started to fracture, and they had to call everybody back from their outposts where they could live for years on end, making connections, making attachments, getting to know people, all this kind of stuff. And it wasn't until the Nihil came in and started probing all of these weak links, you know, like you said, you know, the thing is, it's they're shooting down ships and they're attacking civilian ships, and the Jedi go in and try to save the civilians and try to save the Nihil, and the Nihil would rather shoot down other people and murder them than save themselves or accept help from a Jedi. And the Jedi are just like, wow, we're not equipped to deal with people like this, you know? And it's like, I feel like the same thing, history is repeating itself here hundreds of years later with Palpatine, you know? So it's really sad. But I mean, even Master Yoda was counseling a young Padawan and was like, oh, you want to go join the circus? You like this guy? You want to go hang out with him for a while? Go ahead, honey. That's fine. Let us know when you want to come back. Like, they were like, it's still picky. But that's just the difference. Multiple hundred years and multiple hundred issues, like having the stranger, having the acolyte, having all of those things pile up over hundreds of years, especially with people who've lived through it all and been there the whole time. They're like, no, we can't go down this road again. Like, we can't leave that door open because look what it leads to. Look what happens. You know, we have to rein it in. We have to bring it in. We have to rein it in. We have to protect. We have to align with the organization that matches our values, you know, because if we don't, then we all die and we all suffer and everything falls apart and the galaxy goes into chaos, you know? So yeah, it's just that slippery road. And here we are again.
Well, just a little update. Chris Holland has been notified that she's won her Hayden autographed photo. She's like, what? Really? Woohoo!
That's fantastic. Congrats, Chris.
So yes, very exciting for her.
Yay.
It's a great episode. I'm looking forward to next week's episode.
What is next week? It's another Mandalore, right?
It is.
Three.
It's the last
Were
Duchess
you
gets-
not in the? You weren't. Did you not listen to the pre-show? How do you think I look so smart? Because Sarah's like, "There's 3 episodes. Skip. It's a 3-story arc."
3-episode arcs. They do that a lot.
That's why I was able to say, episode 13,
Mhm.
the second story in the arc.
That's right.
The next one,
Sarah
Satine
made me
gets
sound so
framed.
smart.
You're welcome.
Oh, the framing.
Satine
Yeah.
gets
Yeah.
framed for the creation of Death Watch. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because it goes. Yep.
But yeah, I love that. It is a great story arc. I had forgotten. I was so much caught up in season 5, 6, and 7. I'd really forgot about this part of season 2, and it really is a great story arc.
It is.
It's dives into the history of Obi-Wan, makes him seem even that much more impressive and human in the fact that he had an attraction, but he was willing to have left for her, but she never said anything, so she left him in his duty, and he continued his duty, and not in his self-righteousness, self-serving emotion.
Yeah, exactly. And he would never voice his feelings because it would distract her from what she needed to do. She had been on the run for her life for over a year. Her civilization was destroyed by a civil war. If he's like, hey, let's get together. How would that look? She's trying to be the ruler of Mandalore. She's not going to hook up with a Jedi. That's not going to go over well. He would never do that to her. So
it's
they
the
both
opposite side of the blade of Anakin.
100%.
It is.
Yeah.
It is interesting to think about what they were tempted, right? Both of them to run away from what destiny, so to speak, is driving them towards, right? For him, it's the Jedi Order. For
And
her,
in
it's
service
a
of
ruler,
something
something
greater.
greater.
Yeah.
But they could have, if they wanted a quiet life at that moment in time after they've, survived assassins in the Civil War, maybe maybe they've gotten enough and then they go live a peaceful life together. But they both let go of that
Finish your
dream.
own each other's sentences. It's kind of funny. You'd almost think you were married for a long period of time.
Oh,
We might have shared our Star Wars fandom for a little while.
Just a
few
tad bit.
years. Just a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Private Star Wars fandom. All built around the family.
Yeah.
As you've inundated your children into
we've got the next generations going.
Third generation.
You've fed them the Kool-Aid.
We're trying. We're trying.
what we
They're definitely in that it's not cool if mom and dad like it phase.
My
But,
daughter was never really into it until now. She's 25 and she's more into it now than when she was, 13, 14, and 15.
Andor gave us hope. The kids were both really
Oh, yeah.
into
They got
Andor,
hope.
and so I hope that diversity of stories continue in the universe so that it can appeal to lots of different people in lots of different ways. I think that's vital.
Of course, my daughter may tie her fandom to Star Wars into, hey, that means we get to go to Disney World or Disneyland and go see and go ride rides. There's a little tat there.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever
Smart.
it takes.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Dad'll
Yeah,
see
smart girl. She knows how to get what she
Smart.
wants. I like Star Wars. I go to Disney World. It's a win-win.
I like
Love
that
it.
plan. There are 4 slices of content, or I guess 5, coming out that we absolutely know about for sure for Star Wars. So the next thing up is Lego, and I actually think the boys would really find Lego very funny because it's the Rebuild the Galaxy. It's very
Tyler loved it.
non-canonical. Yeah, very silly. Very just. We'll do a watch along on Thursday night, probably in 2 parts
Yay.
to catch the the full
Great.
part kind of thing, and I think that's in September. And then we've got Ahsoka season 2, which my understanding is early next year.
Do not skip Vision season 3.
Oh my God, Visions! All right, so we have 6
It will
slices.
be
then.
happening.
Yeah.
It will be an extravaganza on Daughters of the
Yes.
Galaxy. Catch
Yes,
up on
absolutely.
season 2. Watch season 3 with us. Ashley's going to suffer through it whether she likes it or not. It's happening.
Oh yeah, no, I really liked Vision season 1 better than 2 because I prefer the anime, but season 3 is going to give us a sequel to The Ninth Jedi.
Mhm.
Yeah,
One day I might have to struggle through. There's parts of it that I really like, and then parts of it I'm just like, What the hell?
That's
Yeah.
the best part about it. You don't have to like everyone. Everybody has their favorites and everybody has their bits and pieces. But I will say, sorry, little tangent. If you're watching season 2, make sure you watch the episode and then watch the quick behind the scenes thing. It's usually only like 2 minutes, but it introduces you to the studio and the people who
Ooh.
made that episode
Oh, love
and their
that.
motivations. And it is so fun. Every single one of them are like, I'm getting to do a Star War. Oh my God.
That's
like
true.
every one of them, without fail, across the entire planet is like, oh, this is Star Wars. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like you feel that fan energy and how much they love it. And it made me fall in love with their work all over again, even if it wasn't my favorite, if the story stabbed me in the heart 100 times. I'm looking at you, the little banshee, whatever that one was called, the cave or whatever it was. Oh my God. It was good.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
I'm excited about. I actually fully forgot it was coming because of Lego, but yes, and it's more animation,
It is.
which we definitely need more of. We assume there'll be another Tales next year, but there's no guarantee.
That'd be fun.
The things that are confirmed. So Lego Visions, Ahsoka season 2, Maul Shadow Lord, which we got a tiny look at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian and Grogu movie is next May. That's the only thing that really has a date on it, and for 2026, I don't know if Ahsoka or Maul will be before or after Mando.
Yeah.
And then we've got Starfighter in 2027 and the 50th anniversary and celebration in Los Angeles. So, oh my God.
Wow.
We have a lot coming up. And with that in mind, because Texas is next week, I'm gonna spoil a spoiler-ish. I'm gonna announce that we're making an announcement. For anyone who hasn't seen or heard whatever, we are going to be announcing details for the 2026 VCN family vacation. It's going to be very top line, but you're going to find out the when and the where and a little bit else in Texas. So at Boon to Eve on Friday night.
Boon to Eve on Friday. Here
Can I take a guess?
No, don't make any guesses. You might be right. That's the concern. I say it all the time. It's like, no, don't guess.
Mark should guess because Mark is never right.
Well, I already know where we're going. So, but so in this case, I could be correct. But we will be going live on Instagram, and there'll be a social media post and an announcement on the Facebook page. So Friday night, if you're not at Boon to Eve, if for some reason you're not attending Rebel ScumCon, I know JB and Sarah, you're not going to be there. I will FaceTime you in. We will FaceTime you in and make sure that you get to see people. I'm going to pass you around like a bong.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, man.
So,
I'm in.
It's going to be a great night. I've got my Ezra cosplay ready to go, along with Colin, who will also be in competing Ezra cosplay. I'm so excited. Oh, I met him in real life in San Diego.
Did you?
He had to fly planes at the base. So he had to do like a training exercise.
Had to fly planes in San Diego.
Yeah, I got news for you. There's never a pilot that's ever said, I have to go fly.
Yeah.
I've heard that excuse a lot when they happened to break in Guam or where they didn't have room on base, so they had to stay in a 4-star hotel on the beach.
Oh, I love that.
Happened in Hawaii a lot too. And then they would break, and then they conveniently didn't have the part, so they'd have to order it, and that would take like a couple of days. And the man is on the beach in Hawaii. I'm like, yeah, I've heard that line before, Colin. I ain't buying it, sir. Yeah. No, I know that line.
Well, yeah, he came out very last minute to fly planes.
That's exciting.
There's training exercise. I forget what the base is in San Diego, but it's Navy, I guess, and a lot, and I guess Air Force. So he had a training exercise, and
they have those in Vegas a lot too, at Nellis Air Force Base. They had a lot of those there too.
But he will be there in Texas, along with like a large chunk of VCNers, as we mentioned. But I don't know what everyone's cosplays are going to be.
They use that line in Iron Man too. Isn't that what we do? A training exercise?
Yeah, something like that. But we are going to cosplay
if you've got nothing going on this weekend and you're within driving distance of Texas and you feel like joining some VCNers, grab your tickets. Get to Boon to Eve. Go to Rebel ScumCon. Do it for those of us who can't go. Boon to Eve. Yeah, let's do it.
Nobody says it like...
Nobody.
No. Anna.
I know. I wish I could find the little clip in here. Everything has been moved around. I don't know where anything is. I know I saw Ashley. Oh, wait, here we go. I have a Boon to Eve. Please hold.
I'm just not sure about the beard.
I agree.
That was definitely not the Boon to Eve.
I agree.
No, that was good.
Okay.
But that was a classic.
He did say that. She did say that in the episode. Okay, here's the Boon to Eve audio. all about bringing people together, both
At Boonta
fans.
Eve. Boonta
Exactly.
Eve.
Very nice.
All right, I have one more from Anna.
May the force be with you at Boonta Eve.
Most excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, so Anna will be there. Boonta Eve will also have Taylor Gray, Omid Abtahi, Fawn Davis, John Morton. It is quite the, let me find the crew over here.
Quite the
Diana
lineup.
Lee and Asanto.
Taylor Gray. Oh,
Yeah.
she's amazing.
Marty Matulis, Pam Riddle, Nelson Lee, Warren Pearl Jr. It is quite the Christopher Sean. It is quite the stack coming to the show. And of course, again, we want to thank all of our sponsors. And we forgot to talk about Galactic Pickers before. So, Skip, you did a whole video on this. Tell everyone what you did.
I did a commercial for Galactic Pickers.
Oh, cool.
If you're going to go get a lightsaber, this is a great place to go get one. Yes, I've played around with Balin's, the Balin 2, I believe, for a while. In fact, I've got to break it down and pack it up so I can take it off to Frisco so we can raffle it off at the Boonta Eve. But yeah, it's a cool ass little app on your phone to activate your lightsaber, change your effects. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they make a great product. So check the unboxing video from Skip. I know we've put it in prior chats and everything, but we will be giving that away. We've got so much stuff happening in Texas, you guys. Aside from like all these guests we're bringing, we have merch, we have swag, we have giveaways, we have announcements upon announcements. So we've got some Hall of Fame inductions. We'll be live on Instagram. Keep an eye on the Instagram Friday night and the Facebook page, because aside from like the announcement about the family vacation, there will be some other things coming up on there. And of course, as I mentioned, we're on the road to 100,000, where you can win a baby Grogu statue. So make sure you invite your friends. Yeah. Good times. All right. This week, though, this is the only new episode of any show on the network because of the plans for Texas.
We're all going to go play.
Yeah.
All things.
Wednesday is the rerun of the Diana Lee and Asanto interview that Ashley and Sarah did. What a great interview.
Oh, please do check it out if you get a chance. I was so nervous going into it, and she was just one of the most incredible people I've ever had the privilege to speak to, much less such a Star Wars fan as an actual fan. And she had some of the greatest little fan stories to tell. She just has like the biggest place in my heart now. So I would love for everybody to have a chance to see this and get to know her even remotely via the video. And for those people who are going to have a chance to go to Texas Rebel Scum Con this weekend, definitely hang out with her. She was incredible.
She was very cool. That interview was fantastic. You and Ashley did a great job. You did not come across as nervous. Don't worry.
Oh,
I've been there too. I got a lot of energy, and sometimes it translates to nervous energy, so I just have to pull back. I'm very excitable, as you've seen. But yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend. Diana will be there and a bunch of other great guests. And then Thursday night, we're not doing a watch along this week. We're going to re-air the Celebrating Autographs episodes for Rebel Scum Con and for Texas, so everyone can see who's all going to be there at the show and everything. So everyone enjoy those Celebrating Autographs. And then Sunday is a rerun of the Unifying Force. And then next week we'll have some new episodes of our regular programming, Clone Wars Revisited. The Nerf Herders will be back. The Tuesday
Zoom chat
happy hour will be a full recap of all things Texas. So if anyone wants to jump on tomorrow, it's more of a staff meeting. We may do a breakout to talk about like planning and logistics, but if anyone wants to talk Texas pre-meeting, we're doing that tomorrow, and then the following week will be Texas recap. So it's gonna be a good time.
Come share all your stories.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll make sure I regale you guys. Skip and I will regale you with stories, and we'll have to get as we close out the Mando arc on here.
As Chantel says, Zoom, not to be confused with your staff meetings.
Yes, exactly.
Playtime. You all can break out in your rooms.
We'll do a little breakout.
Yeah,
exactly. All right. Well, I guess that's everything for this week. Thank you. Thank you, JB and Sarah, for filling in these past few weeks. And we will see you next week. So this will be the it'll be the end of the little trilogy of Mando.
Mandalorian arc.
Love it. Get to hear all the fun stories. Can't wait.
Yeah. All right. I guess that's everything for this week. Thank you, everyone, for joining. As always, long live the Republic.
And may the Force be with you.
Always.
Hello there. Hi, I'm Mark Connell. I'm the Director of Programming at the Virtual Cantina Network, and I'm here with James Earl Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yes, I know that one well. I have the high ground if I do. Wait, yes. Thank you. Now I have the high ground. And you are watching Clone Wars Revisited. This is the show you're looking for.